Okay, we'll try this again. Okay, so I don't know what happened with that, but whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. So I knew that when I called out Gail GQ, who is a major anti-vaxxer, and also promoting all the different pills, powders, and supplements and all of that, I knew there was a reason why she ignored my information yesterday. I knew it. And so I confronted her today, and I tagged her publicly. I tagged her in the video, and I tagged her on my page, said, hey, help your audience out to bypass the current vaccinations. Because chances are you have the antibodies of all the different vaccinations that are out there from either right now being exposed or from your predecessors who received the vaccinations, a generation ago. So I tagged her in it. She never said anything. She never said a word. And then she came back and said, this is why I confront people, because when you confront someone, you trigger somebody, they will come back at you with information that you need, valuable information that you need, because you just confronted them. You just backed them in a corner, and they either will fight or they will flight. They will go a different direction. And she chose to fight, but she also exposed herself. She is now promoting, hey Renee, HomeoProphylaxis. That is the new baby of the industry as far as in the holistic industry, which is why I'm thinking why VAXXED came out to begin with. The Del Bigtrees, all of those leaders in the anti-vax world, all about the pills, powders, and supplements, and the detoxes, and the safe vaccines. This is where Judy Mikovits comes into play. Oh, they're putting all these poisons in the vaccines. Oh, they're putting cancer viruses in the vaccines. They're putting all this stuff in the vaccines. But that's the point of the vaccine, is to create antibodies. So they have to put the poison in some level, on some level, so that way you create antibodies. So they are paving the way for a green vaccine that may or may not show up on a titer test. So you're taking some pathogen that has some green ingredients to build antibodies. So you're still taking in a poison. Oh, and that's why they're focusing on all of the additives in the vaccines out there in the holistic or out there in the allopathic industry. You know why? Because now they're going to find to sell you a green vaccine. Oh, so this is a non-green, this is a GMO vaccine. So now we have a green vaccine, but guess what those two vaccines do? They still create antibodies, which is still a poison to your system. And so I called her out on it, and she basically fell into my trap. She did. And so you'll see in my post underneath this, it shows that I called her out and said, hey, show your audience that we have a way to bypass the vaccines, get a titer test. And oh, she came back all guns blazing. Teach your audience how to massage or do something to your immune system safely. And that's how I knew that she was selling something. Because any smart person would know what I'm saying is correct. But if they have an agenda, they have an ulterior motive, they won't know how to respond. And she just confirmed every suspicion that I had. So that's why these anti-vaxxers, these leaders in the anti-vax community, will not at all promote my information, because it will threaten their bottom line. And Gail GQ is no different than Dr. Tenpenny, no different than Del Bigtree, and all of those big leaders in the anti-vax world, the Jerry Keiths. And you guys know who I'm talking about, because we all have the same mutual friends. And I went through the fire with Jerry Keith, Jerikeith. And, the other dude, I forget his name. I don't know if it's like Alan something, or I forget his name. But that's why the VAXXED movie was created to begin with, because they were paving the way for a green vaccine. This is why Judy Mikovits is getting all popularized, because she's trying to point out that they were putting all these pathogens in the vaccines, and oh my God, she didn't know. And in reality, any pathogen, regardless of what it is, it's still poison to your body, because antibodies are being created, and that is poisonous to your body. So it doesn't matter what they put in the vaccine. If it's being used to create antibodies, it's still poison. That's why we have to understand that antibodies are poison, so you don't allow the anti-vax holistic movement to manipulate you into thinking that there's a difference between the two. Okay, the allopathic and the holistic are two sides of the same coin. A green vaccine and a GMO vaccine is two sides of the same coin. GMO versus organic is still two sides of the same coin. Democrat, Republican is still two sides of the same coin. Conspiracy theorists and mainstreamer, two sides of the same coin. Your guys' activism is doing nothing to help your cause. Understand what the actual manipulation is. Understand what the actual poison is. And then you'll see through all the damn smoke and mirrors that have money and businesses attached to them. And I'm so happy she fell in my trap. But I have no problem confronting someone. And you know why? Because I am on the side of right. I know what was the poison, and I know what platform she was working from. I just had to figure out why she wasn't promoting my information, because any smart person would know. She understands titer tests, but she also understands that there's money to be made on pretending there's a difference between a green vaccine and a GMO vaccine, and there's no difference, because antibody is the actual end result. They're trying to create antibodies and then have that come up on a titer test. So she doesn't recommend just getting a titer test and then just seeing exactly what antibodies you have. No, she's like, oh no, take these pills, some kind of HomeoProphylaxis. Sounds like a freaking condom. Oh, it's protection. It's a vaccine protection type of, it's like a holistic vaccine. Come on. You put lipstick on a pig, it's still a freaking pig. What the hell? And you could tell that she was disgusted at the fact that I called her on it. But she still came back with the info that I needed. Bam, pow, right there. So anti-vax people who are following these anti-vaxxers, these leaders of the community that are doing the pills, powders, and supplements, watch out. They have a fucking agenda. Watch out. They're not on your side. They're trying to sell you some snake oil out there. And Gail GQ just painted herself in a corner. Where she's going to go from here, I have no idea. But if she was smart, she wouldn't even answer me. She would have just ignored me. And I would have left it alone. But no, remember, they think they're right. They think they know that what they're doing. They don't. And it shows. Don't be afraid to confront somebody. Don't be afraid to say, hey, what's your agenda in this? What are you getting from this? Because actually, when you have something that's so easy as get a titer test, and that's why there was a lot of silence and time in between yesterday when I posted my video on that, and then today I said, you know, I'm not gonna give up on this. She's ignoring me. Well, I'm gonna force her to respond, or force her to block me. One of the two. Well, and I did it publicly too. Because how do you respond to someone that that calls you out publicly? Either you respond or you don't even respond. She chose to respond. She gave me the data that I needed. There you go. This is the agenda in the vaxxed, the anti-vaxxed world. This is the agenda. A green vaccine that will still create antibodies, and it's still dangerous to you. Bam. Thanks, guys. Bye.